This comic rolled the dice and took a really big chance. One might say his story's a microcosm of the pandemic itself. But now, everything's been money for my new friend, Joey Purse.
When I saw your TikTok videos, I'm like, who is this guy, Joey Purse? I was once a middle school teacher. I taught history, right? And I'm like, this guy, Joey, he reminds me of the leader of all the funny kids. And that's who this guy reminds me of.
That's funny. I wasn't that guy. I was not that guy. I did try to be funny every now and then, but I was very quiet in high school. The only people who really heard me and like be funny and stuff would be like the people I sat around.
Hey, what you doing? What you doing? Well, I'm just coming out of my grandma's house. Oh, you stole this house? You stole this house. He stole his grandmother's house. I repeat, he stole his grandmother's house. I'm not doing nothing. Why are you even here? I'm the police. You gonna see me. All right. What? You gonna see me. I don't need backup. Get on the ground right now. Get on the ground. Get down. Down. I need about 18 squad trucks. I need eyes in the sky. Bring in the army helicopters. He's resisting arrest. He's resisting arrest. How am I resisting?
So how was your pandemic?
I lost my job. I was like, well, I don't know what I'm about to do. So they basically told me and this other girl and two other people from another department that we were getting our department switched and we weren't getting sent home. We were getting switched to the mail department and they had to stay in the building. I wasn't going to receive unemployment and they told me that they could put it in my file separated from company, which I think they just made it up on the spot, trying to call my mom. And I was so upset. Like I never get that upset to where I couldn't think about anything at the moment. Like I was just like, what am I going to do? Like I'm kind of scared that I got to come into work. So in my head, I'm like, well, I either risk getting sick and getting my grandmother sick, or I quit. I quit that day. I left, and literally, because I was telling myself all day after that came in my head, I was like, I have to make TikTok work. I have to get a following on TikTok. My coworkers, they didn't take me serious because they asked me, what are your plans? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get big on TikTok. And they were like, well, good luck. I'm like, that's hard. I was like, I understand it's hard, but I mean, I got to try. And literally 5 days after, it was Friday when that happened. The Tuesday after that Friday, I had my first video go viral. I started to build a small following, and it literally just went up from there.
Wow. That's a pandemic story.
It's crazy.
Crazy story.
Hey man, you got the stuff? You got it.
Yeah, I got it. You got the money?
God, man, I haven't wiped my ass in 2 weeks. Yes.
When did you know you were funny?
When did I know I was funny? Last year.
Really? I know you started when we were 17, and last year was the first.
Yeah. I started making videos when I was 17. I didn't believe I was funny until I got closer to 100,000 followers. So I had to keep proving to myself over and over and over again that I'm funny, even with stand-up, even until more so recently with stand-up, I had to keep proving to myself that I'm funny. Like I really didn't think I was that funny up until recently.
Oracle, where the crime at? 45th and 2nd? Okay, I'll be there. You getting on the game tonight? I'm gonna be on after.
Oh, I see you fucking around in that goofy ass suit again.
There she go. It's not goofy. I got it for $30 a Hot Topic.
$30? $30? And we got bills to pay? We got fucking bills to pay.
She tripping, Oracle.
Oh, I'm tripping? Oh, I'm tripping. We got motherfucking bills to I'm tripping. You fucking around with all this shit over here. Call your motherfucking job because you late.
I got a job. Batman is my job.
What?
Nothing. Always doing this. Man.
With your goofy ass.
I went to college, hated it, wasted money.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your major?
I was a digital media / communications major. At different times, though. I started as nursing, changed it. I was forced to go into nursing. Then I went into digital media, thought it was what I wanted to do because I like making videos and sketches and stuff. Found out I don't want to do that professionally. For other people, I shouldn't say. I want to do it for other people. And then I was going to actually go into business marketing. The college I was at asked my dad. They asked my dad if it was okay. My dad blocked it. So I didn't get to change into business marketing, which I think I would have been perfect to be in.
Hey, you guys go to college? Word, so y'all be wasting money just like I did. Is that what happened? I wasted all my fucking money. I was a digital art student. I could teach myself how to do all of this. This is trash. I got bought all the programs, like $200. That's my college experience right there. I went to college, and before I went to college, like everyone was telling me, like that'll be the happiest time of your life. It's the happiest 4 years, greatest time of your life, and I didn't believe it. I hated it. In college, I was depressed. I hated it. But now I think about it, that was the happiest depressed time I've ever had. That shit was dope. Like in college, that was the only time in my life I could survive off of animal crackers and still be in shape.
I think of myself as a mental late bloomer.
You say you're a late mental bloomer. You're 25, right?
Yeah.
You're right on the money. Guys don't mature until they're in their 20s. Like, you have an idea and you're just going for it now. You're right on par. If anything, you're early. You're not late.
Oh, wow.
I'm proud of you. You got my full support. You've been at this for 7 years. How's your support system?
My support system wasn't always strong. Like, whenever I was doing it for fun, they would be like, oh, that's funny. That's pretty cool, blah, blah, blah. But then once they found out I was serious about it and wanted to make it a career, then people's changed on me. Like, there were a couple people who always been there, but I think the negativity was louder than the positivity. Like, I never really heard too much of the positivity. My grandmother's always told me, if you want to do it, then do it. It's for you. My mom was always like, whatever, I'm behind you, whatever you want to do. But I never hear from them. So I always heard the negativity. Same thing with my uncle. My uncle's like that. But now things are starting to change a little bit. So now the others, my girlfriend. I whispered that because she's in the other room. I don't want to get yelled at. Her, my dad, and friends of mine and some relatives, they would kind of be more negative towards me about it. I heard, though, the negativity more often than the positivity. Now that I think about it, it's always been better than I thought, but the negativity was so loud that it kind of overshadowed it. I've been told word from word, you're wasting your time with something you don't have a future in. This isn't for you. You're not good enough for this. That's back when I was barely doing it. Whenever I was told you're wasting your time for something you have no future in, I was thrown completely off guard because they told me that about stand-up. Specifically, they said about stand-up, but at the time, I was doing one open mic a month, so because I couldn't get to the city, so I was like, I'm wasting 5 minutes a month on this. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, you need to get out there. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, got you right.
You pushed me back, dude.
No, I didn't.
You fucked me up. Oh,
I got you right.
Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Shut up.
What are you doing?
Shut up.
Oh, hell no. The fuck is this? No. I got you right.
You have siblings?
I have 4.
How do they factor into the comedic process?
The one is an infant, so she hasn't really factored in at all. I have a 7-year-old sister. I've tried to bring her into it, but I haven't figured it out how. My brother, he's in there right now. His joke is my current closer. And my oldest, she's 18 now. That's crazy. 18-year-old sister. I tried to get her in there. She hasn't worked out yet, but eventually they get excited about me doing stand-up and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
I'm not exactly from Pittsburgh. I'm from like hour and a half north, western Pennsylvania. I'm from like a hood in western Pennsylvania. It's a little bit of a weird place because it's literally like, it's very segregated. I call it New Mississippi because all we got is racism and Wendy's. It's really, it really ain't shit to do back home. And so like, I live in the hood. It's like all black people, and then you know the rest. So like, it's a weird place. Like it's like back on the times, like years ago. Like it's very weird. Like on one block you can see some dude with a modern handgun. On the next block you can see a guy with a musket. It's kind of weird. Like if I were to get robbed, I don't know if you get robbed for my wallet or my land. I don't know exactly what's going on.
You talk about in your stand-up being black and Italian.
Yeah.
So like it's built in right there. I love the joke. I won't step on your punchline, but people mistake you for being Hispanic.
All the time. Basically, for me, what that means is that everywhere I go, some random person speaks Spanish to me. There isn't necessarily anything wrong with that, except that I don't know Spanish. Yeah, any kind of Spanish. Like I went to Florida a few years ago, and you know, like you know as well as I do, like Spanish is the #1 language in that country. And this guy in Orlando stopped me in the street, and he was like, "¿Cómo estás?" And I just stared at him because I don't know what that means. And I could tell he got upset because of his mannerisms. They got more aggressive. He was like, "¿Cómo estás?" I'm like, my God, this ain't Netflix. Subtitles don't exist.
I don't like being singled out. I like to blend in. You know what I mean?
Me
I just
too.
like,
you know
God,
what?
please. You know?
You know what? I really, my entire life, I was like, I want to just blend in. And then I went to Florida for the first time, and I didn't like blending in. I'm like, this feels weird.
Why is that?
I don't know. I guess I'm not used to blending in with everybody. I'm like, this feels weird. Everybody looks like me, and I look like everybody else. This isn't what I thought it would be. Basically, where I'm from, it's very like split. It's not that I'm the only person of color. I'm the only one who really looks different. Like there's like a lot of white people, a lot of black people, no in between though. That's it. That's all it is. The past 4 years, there's a lot of mixed kids popping up, but for like my first 20 years of life, like me and like a handful of kids around the county were like the only people who looked like anything that wasn't white or black. I went to play basketball a few years back in another area where my cousin used to live. And I used to hang out with him a lot growing up. And so I left the basketball courts to go to his mom's house to say, hey, because I haven't seen her in years, like since I was a kid. You know, just in the area, say hi, stuff, you know, common courtesy. So I knocked on the door. She was like, oh, hey, Joey. She noticed I was tired. She was like, you want some water? And I was like, sure. And she was like, mi casa and su casa. So I just left. I don't know what that means. And she knew immediately. She was like, Joey, why are you leaving? And I'm like, because you kicked me out. And she was like, no, like immediately. It's like, no, mi casa, su casa means my house is your house. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, oh, well, you get out. I don't like company after 5. That's not how my house works.
Nice tagline, Joey. I like that.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. We got this heat for y'all. Yeah. Let's go hard right here. My gun gon' pop. Now shots in my block. Got the white in the kitchen. Whipping up the pot. Got the tits in my trunk. Yeah, hard. Yeah, that's hot right there. That's hot. We gonna make millions out of that.
Get out.
Huh? Yeah.
Get out.
What you mean? That's hot. That's hot.
What is you mad before?
He hating, bro. Curly
You gonna be mad when ice water blow? When ice water blow, you gonna be mad. Don't call us for no deal either.
No feature.